Hey guys, Universal here, back for another video, and it's finally time I stop putting off this video, which is going to be a series because this is taking a lot longer to, record than I thought it would. I'm going to be doing a beginner's combat guide for Fruit Battlegrounds players because when I watch the average Fruit Battleground player, I'm not going to lie, it hurts me a little bit. Some of y'all be playing like some absolute bots. But today I'm going to be starting my series on, guiding you guys on the better ways to play the game. We're going to be doing a 4-part series that is going to be combo starters, stun trading, knowing what to block, and Soru control. This video is going to be combo starters, obviously, as you can see from the title. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's go ahead. Alright, so first off, we're going to be going over combo starters, not going in any specific order. We're going to be going down this line of pads here. This is a tester server, so of course you guys don't have access to this, but I'm going to keep it nice, clean, and simple and show you guys each move that I believe to be a valid combo starter for each fruit. First off, we have Enthrall Grasp. I don't believe this is a valid combo starter because of not only the windup, but the fact that if it's blocked, after it gets blocked, you are unable to do anything for around 2-ish seconds, which leaves you extremely vulnerable to your opponent, and you're obviously going to get punished. For your next skill, you have Scorching Sickle. I do believe this is a valid combo starter because of the fact that it guard breaks right here, and it actually moves pretty fast and has a pretty decent hitbox. Next up, we have Zeus Meadow, which though first off, the move is blockable. You can react to it very easily and block it. It also doesn't combo extend, so not a valid combo starter. And then we have Crimson Pillar, which is blockable but is extremely fast, so it is still a valid combo starter in my personal opinion. And then lastly, we have the final move of the kit. We have Mazer Cannon, and the one thing people okay, Mazer Cannon isn't a conventional combo starter, but it's a possible combo starter. You only use this move in certain situations where your opponent won't be able to hit you, but if you get in a good positioning like this, you Mazer Cannon somebody, there is a very slight chance, depending on how they fling, that you can get a Crimson Pillar off of it like how I just did, and you can combo start. So it is an option, but I don't recommend it. I recommend you sticking to Scorching Sickle and Crimson Pillar for Soul. Alright, next up we have Ice V2. For this fruit, you actually have 3 combo starters that are somewhat valid. You have Piercing Glacier, but this is kind of an iffy combo starter nowadays because of the simple fact that, look at this windup. Yeah, that's me clicking it instantly, and that's how long it takes to actually proc the skill, but it does bypass, making it a pretty strong skill. If you try to combo start with Blizzard Blade, you are out of your mind. The skill doesn't even combo extend first off, so just don't do that. They get up before you have the time to even hit them with another skill, so don't try to combo start with Blizzard Blade. You have Ice Hail, which I'm gonna be honest, this is your main combo starter, best skill in the kit. Ice Hail is basically frame 1. Even if they block it, you can just let it go, and that little ice ball right there block bypasses. Extremely strong skill and easily your best combo starter. And then there's Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero is more of a combo starter for if you're in a really bad spot. Say you wasted your Piercing Glacier, your Ice Hail, you have nothing, they're about to combo start on you, they're right next to you. Right before they let go of their move to start their combo on you, you want to just Absolute Zero, you get iframes, and then bam, you can start a combo like this. Though personally, I mean, this is more of a stun trade in my opinion, but it's not really a stun trade because you're not getting hit, which is why I can put it over here in combo starters. This is definitely an option that you have if you're using Ice V2, and it's not a bad one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Ice V2, because Ice Skate also does not combo extend, because if it did, Ice V2's combo would go on for years like it did back on release. Anyways, let's move on to the next fruit. Oh, and just to clarify, combo starters, Piercing Glacier, Ice Hail, Absolute Zero, but usually Ice Hail is your best combo starter. Alright, on to the next fruit. We have Magma V2. This fruit actually has a lot of combo starters if you know what you're doing, but it is very situational. The first combo starter I'll say is Hound Blaze. Very good skill. It has a drag effect like Grilled Dough, so once your opponent is hit by the drag effect, there's nothing that they can do inside of the move. And as you can see right there, it has pretty good stun, takes a good little second for your opponent to get up. There's Magma Rain, which this is a stun trade skill, so we'll go over that later. You're not going to use that. You're not going to be using that to combo start. That's a stun trade skill. You're not going to use that to combo start. That's either you're going to use it to combo extend or stun trade. There's Magma Floor, which can't combo start because of the simple fact that once you land the skill, even though it does block bypass, it first off launches your opponent pretty far away when, you know, that doesn't happen right there. That is not common to happen, that they don't get flung. But when they get flung away, you actually have a sizable amount of in lag, so you won't be able to like use any skills to catch them as they're flying away. And then there's Mygo. Mygo is one of your other valid combo starters, because not only is the skill frame one if they're, well, not frame one, but basically frame one if you're close enough, it's unblockable and has really great stun, making it extremely hard to avoid. So it makes Mygo a really good combo starter. And then lastly, there's Crimson Howl, which I'm gonna be honest, if you're trying to use Crimson Howl to combo start, you might as well just use Mygo, because it has a way better hitbox, and there's the chance that they won't fall out, because Crimson Howl has a pretty decent chance for somebody to fall out of the back. So Mygo is just the superior version of it. So in terms of combo starting with Magma V2, we have Houndblaze at 1, we have Mygo at 2, we have Crimson Howl at 3. Those are your combo starters. All right, next up we have Dragon V2. Now, with Dragon V2, you have, okay, we'll separate this into a base and mode section. First off, for the base, you have 2 combo starters. You have Inferno Breath and you have Thunder Bagua. Thunder Bagua is your best combo starter because it is an extremely quick frame 1 skill if you're close enough, which travels extremely fast and has good stun, and it block bypasses, making it a great skill. Your other combo starter is Inferno Breath, which it's a pretty fast skill, but it is reactable. That's the only problem with it. So it's still a good combo starter, especially if your opponent is locked out. And with how, you know, most Fruit Battlegrounds players are, you're going to be able to land it pretty often. But, you know, it's a decent combo starter, and you can definitely catch your opponent off guard sometimes. But when you're fighting a good opponent, this isn't something that you can depend on, and will get you punished if you try to depend on it too heavily. The base Dragon Twister is not big enough for you to like depend consistently on that to like for combo starting. You can use it for stun trading sometimes, but that's not a combo starting skill. And Beast Bellow doesn't combo extend anymore, so obviously it's not a combo starting skill. So for the base, you have Thunder Bagua at 1 and you have Inferno Breath at 2. Now once we enter DV2's mode, a few more options open up. You have, I'd say, 3 combo starters. You have Dragon Twister while your Flaming Torch is on, you have Bolo Frenzy while your Flaming Torch is on, and you have Inferno Breath while your Flaming Torch is on. It's a very consistent thing of you needing Flaming Torch on for these to be like actually decent combo starters. Inferno Breath can be a decent combo starter either way, even without the Flaming Torch, but the thing is, with Flaming Torch on, it becomes a guard break, and if you're close enough, the guard break alone will set you up to be able to land one of your other skills, such as Bolo Frenzy or Twister if you're extremely close, which allows you to combo extend and, you know, keep your combo going. Personally, in order, I'd say Inferno Breath with Flaming Torch on is the absolute best. Dragon Twister with its huge hitbox, especially considering you don't have to be that close to your opponent, is my second best for combo starting, because even if you fail it for a combo start, if your opponent tries to attack you, they usually have to back off, because it, like, Dragon Twister is also an amazing stun trade skill. And then you have Bolo Frenzy, which is a frame 1 stun. I'll go ahead and show you that. When you have Flaming Torch on, it's a frame 1 stun, which if you're close to them, bam, you jump up, they get stunned, and then they have to eat the Bolo Frenzy, which is extremely good. But you, like, the criteria of having to be like right next to your opponent does hold it back a little bit for me, but that doesn't stop it from being like a really great combo. It's like starter, so it's the third for me. In order for me, we have Inferno Breath at 1, we have Dragon Twister with Flaming Torch on at 2 for me, and for last, we have Bolo Frenzy at 3. You can't combo start with Beast Bellow, and you can't combo start with Demolition. Oh, I almost forgot this honorable mention. It's not really okay against a good opponent. This isn't a good combo starter because they'll avoid it every time. But if you're fighting an incompetent opponent, right, if they Soru, you instantly use Bolo Frenzy. They won't get Soru back in time to be able to avoid the Bolo Frenzy, and that'll allow you to combo start. Against a good opponent, this will not work. This will not work. But against someone of like a lower skill level, this will work like a lot of times, and it'll allow you to get a lot of combos. All right, next up we got Nika. We'll be talking about the base first. Every single move in this kit is a combo starter in a way, but they're all super slow, so they all kind of suck at combo starting. I'm gonna be honest, like, Nika base is garbage at combo starting against any competent opponent. But if I had to rank each skill, all right, first off, we're gonna go over Rock Gun. This is a decent combo starter. It's a bypass, which makes it pretty decent, has a really nice hitbox, and does have a stagger effect when they stand up, which allows it to be a really nice combo starter. Next up, we have Neo Red Hawk, which teleport, wind your arm back, teleport to your opponent, and then, nice little combo starter. It's what most people like to use as a combo starter. Not a bad skill at all, but really predictable. Lots of wind up. You have Rock Gatling, which, again, lots of wind up, but is a pretty decent skill, has a pretty nice hitbox, and the last hit goes pretty far. And then you have Red Rock. You will literally only use this to combo start if your opponent is using a skill that locks them in place for a really, really long amount of time, or if your opponent is under 200 HP and they're in that cripple like effect type of walking speed, which means they won't be able to avoid it or get out of the hitbox, and they'll have to use an iframe skill if they have it to get out of the Red Rock. But if they're in that type of situation, I'm not gonna lie, they've already lost the match, so you're probably still not, you probably still won't need to combo start with Red Rock. But anyways, if I had to put them in order, let me show you guys Red Rock first off. Like, very, very easy to avoid. But anyways, in order, we have Neo Red Hawk at 1, we have Rock Gun at 2, we have Rock Gatling at 3, and we have Red Rock at 4. Alright, now allow me to reach my peak so we can go ahead and talk about the combo starters for the mode. Yeah, that laugh is so goated. But anyways, okay, there is a lot of people who like to use the Dawn Rocket and Mole Pistol in attempts to combo start. Not combo starters. Not combo starters. You have 3 combo starters. You have Spinning Top, you have Rising Bolt, and you have Gigant Stamp. Spinning Top is a decent combo starter because of the simple fact that Nika has great movement in itself and a really good jump height. So when you jump above your opponent and they don't have their Soru, you can Spinning Top on them, and most of the times there's nothing that they can do to stop said Spinning Top, and you can combo start with that. You have the option of Rising Bolt Kaminari, which is a really good combo starter, but you need to waste your opponent's Soru so that way you can get close enough to where you'll be able to hit it, because Kaminari is a really easy thing to dodge when given space between you and your opponent. And then lastly, we have Gigant, which the amount of times you're going to combo start with this is close to none. It's definitely the worst combo starter, but it's possible to combo start with, because the thing with Gigant is if you do land the Gigant, right, in the off chance that you do somehow land it, you can immediately Mole Pistol and it will catch your opponent. Every single time it will catch your opponent. Then you can immediately Dawn Rocket, and then you can go for a Spinning Top and continue your combo. So it's there as an option for combo starting, but I don't recommend it in the slightest. So if I had to rank these 3 combo starters, Kaminari's at 1 because, range combo starter, bypass, easily the best one. But you just have to be good and know how to use it. Waste your opponent's Soru. Then we have Spinning Top. Again, be able to position yourself wisely, waste your opponent's moves, then hit them. It's a really great stun trade on top of that. Then you have Gigant. Lastly, you'll be landing this if they're like in cripple HP range, or they waste their Soru and they have no means to escape the Gigant, I guess. And you can start a combo. Even if they're block broken, it's still a great combo starter because, they'll be right there and then you can continue your combo. So anyways, that's it for the Gear 5 combo starters. We'll move on to the next group. Alright, next up we got Venom, and I'll go straight into the mode because every single move is the same besides Toxic Hydra, and Toxic Hydra can't even combo start. So, okay, first off, you have Chloro Frenzy. This skill is not a bad attempt at combo starting, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hit this skill. Your opponent is going to block it and you won't get anything off of it. If it does manage to land the skill, it's great stun and you'll be able to start an amazing combo off of it. But 9 times out of 10, you won't hit this skill alone. Now, Chloro Frenzy can be used in combination with our next skill, Venom Road, in order to force block pressure, and then you Venom Road on top of your opponent, and half of the time they won't be able to do anything to stop it, making these like a kind of combo starter skill, which makes them pretty good. But on its own, Chloro Frenzy isn't the best combo starter. Then if we go to Venom Road can be used as on its own, standalone, not blockable, has really great range. If you land directly on your opponent, obviously it bypasses block. I have no clue why that didn't hit right there. Don't ask me why. It has decent stun and will get your combo started. And it also has a pull if it hits only in the air, and it'll drag them down to where you land. So Venom Road is a pretty decent combo starter. Not your best one, but it's pretty decent. Then you have Toxic Geyser. This used to be one of your best combo starting skills, but now after recent changes, it's not anymore because it's a reactable skill because it has a pretty decent amount of windup, and if blocked, watch how quickly he recovers from this guard break. He's guard broken, already back up. Midway through falling, you recover from the guard break, which allows your opponent to spam a skill to stop the venom from trying to combo extend, or if they try to go for like a venom road or anything, they'll obviously be able to like block it mid-air and you won't be able to get your combo off. So it's not to say that it can't be used for combo starting, it's just not really efficient for combo starting. Next up we have Poison Storm. In the mode, it is one of the best combo starters Venom has. It is literally disgusting. Give me a little bit while I get my mode back and then I'll show you guys. Alright, let me retransform. Alright, so Poison Storm is one of the best combo starters for Venom because of the fact that it can be used in conjunction with Toxic Geyser, because I'm all the way over here, right? I fully hold a Poison Storm. It hit him. That hit him. Nothing there looked like it should have hit him, but it hit him. Because Poison Storm is one of the most disgusting hitboxes in the game. I'd be able to probably maybe get a Geyser off from that range. I don't know. I don't think I would from that range. But either way, Poison Storm is a really disgusting hitbox. I can follow that up by putting pressure on with Floral Frenzy or another skill or a Venom Road. And it's just really nasty overall, which makes Poison Storm easily one of the best skills because it also gets you out of harm's way when you use it. And then there's lastly, for your last skill, we have Hydra Cyclone. This is more used for against fruits that know how to counter your Poison Storm. That like fruits like Nika that have an auto tracking teleporting skill, or like Lightning Palm for Goro, which could stop your main combo starter being Poison Storm. You want to get really close to them and then you just use Hydra Cyclone, because they won't be able to stun trade it if they can't react to it. Because if they pre-fire a skill, then they're wasting a skill, when then that just gives you advantage in terms of the situation of combo starting. So if I had to rank them in order, we have Poison Storm at your 1, we have Venom Road at your 2, we have Floral Frenzy at your 3, we have Hydra Cyclone at your 4, and we have Toxic Geyser at your 5 for being iffy. In certain spots it can work, but most of the time a good opponent isn't going to let you combo start off of a Toxic Geyser. Alright, next up we got one of the most versatile fruits in the game. We got Ope. You got, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 combo starters, and they are all disgusting. Alright, so first off, let me put up my room. Your combo starters are Tact, Wreckage, Tact plus Wreckage, Hurricane Shock, and Gamma Knife. So technically that's like 5, but you know, I don't count 2 moves as 1, so you know, that's 4 combo starting skills. You could use Mess, but it doesn't stun enough to where you could land another skill after Truly, and your opponent could stun trade you, so I don't count that as a combo starter. Alright, so first off we have Tact. You could just basically just throw the rocks at your opponent. They guard break, and then the rest of them would bypass, making it a really strong combo starter. It actually has pretty good stun too, allowing it to be a pretty decent combo starter. But for the techie OPs who are, you know, actually pretty good at the game and know what they're doing, you set up Tact, you throw it at yourself, then you shambles, switch spots with your opponent way quicker than I did right there, because I'm a bot. Like, I don't know why I did it that slow. But when you do that, it puts your opponent right in the spot where the rocks land, and then you get a combo start off of that. You also have the other option of just obviously landing like a raw Wreckage while your opponent's pressing towards you. This can be used for combo starting depending on how close you are in positioning, or if you want to shambles up and try to catch them as they're falling. You have to be really fast to do this. I don't really recommend doing this, especially with the stun nerf done to Wreckage. There's also the better version of trying the Wreckage combo starter, which is having Tact rocks up, and then you do Tact plus Wreckage. They get dragged back down to the ground and they get stunned for a good little second. This is a way better version of just using Wreckage, so it's a pretty decent version for the combo. Then you have your 2 other combo starters. You have Hurricane Shock, which is highly unreactable half the time, so your opponent has to be blocking beforehand if they want to block this skill. This is blockable though, so it does have that one downside, but again, most of the time your opponent isn't going to react in time to be able to block it, making it a really great skill. And then lastly, we have Gamma Knife, which I'm gonna be honest, you're easily the best combo starter for Ope. The only downside is it is reactable and stun tradable by, you know, other mythical fruits that know what they're doing. But Gamma Knife has pretty good range. Inside of the room has the stun effect, and it has really good stun. It's pretty decent, and honestly, in my opinion, the best combo starter for Ope. So in terms of ranking them, I have Gamma Knife at 1, I have Hurricane Shock at 2, I have the Wreckage plus Tact at 3. Actually, no. I have it just Tact at 3. I have the Wreckage plus Tact at 4, because most people are going to be blocking like at all times unless they're off the ground, so you won't hit that very much on a good opponent. And then lastly, I have just the raw base, just Wreckage, which I'm gonna be honest, if you land this, you're probably still not going to combo start off of it, but it is possible. But anyways, that's it for Ope. On to the next fruit. All right, next up we have DVP, Dragon V1. All right, in this kit you have 2 combo starters. Technically 3 if you want to be like iffy about it, but it's really 2. You have Dragon Claw, you have Screech, and you have Draco Meteor. First off, you have Dragon Claw. You lunge at your opponent, pretty good range, bypasses block, throws your opponent upwards, but they do unstun slightly right before they hit the ground, making it to where you have to combine it with Screech in order to combo start. You have just your raw base Screech, which, you know, basically frame 1 unblockable. The only criteria is that you do have to be pretty close to your opponent, but when it lands, it does really good stun, and you can confirm a Crimson Bomb off of it. And lastly, for the iffy combo starter, you have Draco Meteor, which this skill can work as a combo starter. I don't recommend it because, you know, base Draco Meteor isn't really that good, but it can technically work as a combo starter. You're not going to be combo starting with Dragon Breath or Crimson Bomb though. Now, if I transform, I'm gonna be honest, your combo starters stay exactly the same. It's just your Dragon Claw turns into Tatsumaki and becomes much better. Your Screech becomes a slightly worse combo starter because of the fact of how much windup it has, even though it is significantly larger. And then Draco Meteor becomes slightly better as a combo starter because of the fact that its AoE becomes much larger. So first off, you have Tatsumaki, which if close enough is basically a frame 1 bypass, or not bypass, guard break on their block if they are blocking it by some, you know, miracle. There's Screech, which again has a lot of wind up, but when it does land has really good stun and works pretty decently as a combo starter against people who are holding F to avoid Tatsumaki. And then there's Draco Meteor, which sometimes works as a combo starter because as people are running away to try to avoid it, they sometimes still get caught by the outlandishly huge hitbox of Draco Meteor in itself, making it a pretty decent combo starter. If I had to rank them in order, I have Tatsumaki at 1, Screech at 2, and Draco Meteor at 3. You're not going to be combo starting with Dragon Breath or Crimson Bomb. Alright, now on from Dragon to TS Rubber. This one's pretty simple. You have 3 combo starters, that being Jet Pistol, Red Hawk, and Grizzly Magnum. Everybody knows Jet Pistol, broken teleport skill. This is avoidable with Soru, but if the TSR holds their Jet Pistol for even a second longer, they can still just, you know, teleport to you after the Soru's over, depending on the positioning and how far they are from you. But it's still a great combo starter considering it guard breaks. You have Red Hawk, which bypasses, but the criteria is being, you know, right next to your opponent, making it, you know, kind of iffy in certain situations. And then lastly, you have Grizzly Magnum, which I'm gonna be honest, pretty good combo starter because has a really good hitbox. Like, that hitting alone shows you how amazing the hitbox of Grizzly Magnum is in itself. So TSR base, if I had to rank the combo starters, we have Jet Pistol at 1, we have Grizzly Magnum at 2, and we have Red Hawk at 3. Now, once we move on to the mode, give force. All right, you have 3 combo starters. Well, technically every single move is a combo starter, right, in their own right. Kong Gun, obviously good combo starter. You charge forward, it moves extremely fast, bypass, and then punches your opponent. You can combo that into Gatling or Culverin if you want to, or you can fly forward and then King Kong Gun. You have Culverin, which if you're close enough, right? This is only if you're close enough, because this is a highly reactable skill. It will guard break them, allowing you to, well, they didn't guard break right there because of the fact that the fist kept bouncing for some reason. But when it does guard break like it's supposed to properly, you'll be able to go for either a Gatling if you're not close enough, or you can just straight up go for a Kong Gun, which will allow you to go for a King Kong Gun afterwards, depending on positioning, or to go for a Gatling afterwards. You have Gatling, which has stun on it, so if you're close enough to your opponent and you land a raw Gatling, you can immediately go for a Kong Gun, which will allow you to combo start and combo extend. And then there's also King Kong Gun, which if you get in good positioning, bait out your opponent's skill, or they don't have a Soru and they can't avoid it, this will allow you to go for a Culverin afterwards. And that's not really like a combo, but for Gear 4th mode, which doesn't have really the longest combos, it's pretty much a combo. So if I had to rank them in order, I'd say number 1 combo starter for like an actual combo is Kong Gun, then Gatling, then Culverin, and then King Kong Gun, because King Kong Gun is really specific based off of what you're fighting. And just keep in mind, this is my opinion on the best combo starters for every fruit. I don't know the exact best combo starters for every fruit, but I have a general idea of what would be the main combo starter for every fruit, which will usually be whatever I put in the 1 spot. But anyways, next up we have Paw. This technically all 5 of these moves are combo starters. Pressure Cannon, large windup, but sometimes very unpredictable. It does combo start. You have Sonic Stomp, which when your opponent touches the ground, no Soru, you Sonic Stomp over to them, it stuns them, and that's a pretty decent combo starter. You have Sumo Thrust Barrage, which when used, will stun your opponent on the ground, allowing you to follow up with something such as Sonic Stomp or something, or you can go for M1s if you're close enough, or like you can go for a Torture if you're close enough. Just kind of depends on positioning. There's also Torture, which can be used raw, but is easy to avoid, but can be used pretty well if your opponent like previously missed a skill or something like that. And then there's Ursa's Shock, which has a pretty good hitbox and can be followed up by like basically any of your other skills, like with like Sonic Stomp or Pressure Cannon. But if I had to rank them in order, I have Sonic Stomp being your best combo starter. I don't really know what I want to put for 2 being between Pressure Cannon and Torture. I really give them a tie at 2. I give Sumo Thrust Barrage at 3, and then lastly I have Ursa's Shock. All right, and now we're on to the biggest bird, Phoenix. I'm gonna be honest, you're not combo starting in base. This base is mid, so we're gonna go straight to the mode. All right, so for Phoenix, you got a lot of, you don't got a lot of options when it comes to combo starting, but 3 of your skills combo starts. Your Bluebird is not combo starting. I'm gonna keep it like 100 with you. Your Bluebird has way too much wind up and it lasts way too long to like combo start with. You have Fujiazami, which is blockable but can bypass block as long as your character goes past him and your opponent doesn't turn with you. You have Hawk Rush, which is a complete bypass, and you know, you literally just fly towards your opponent. It's super easy to hit. And then there's lastly the Frame 1 Phoenix Inferno, which if blocked, you are going to get punished heavily. But it's not really that easy to block it if I'm being honest, so it makes it a pretty, like, it's hard to predict. So it's a pretty decent combo starter. In order, I'd put them in the exact order they are in the kit. I'd say Fujiazami is the easiest to combo start with, Hawk Rush is second, and then Phoenix Inferno is third. Phoenix Inferno is great, but the really high risk of them blocking it and then you just being screwed over is why I don't have it as high for a combo starter, considering that if you use it later in the combo, you also get a chance to get your other cooldowns back. That's just why I have it as the third best combo starter for me personally. All right, on to the next fruit, Midma. Oh, my bad. Magma. All right, so for Magma, you got, I'd say you got 3 combo starters. All right, so you have Major Eruption, which is a decent skill now that they buffed it, because now it used to be complete garbage, but now it does guard break, which gives it some combo starting potential. You have Meteor Volcano, which is extremely hard to react to. Pretty good skill. The only downside about it is the stun after you actually land the skill isn't actually that long, so your opponent gets up pretty quick. So if you're not near them, you're not really getting much off of landing that skill, besides throwing a Major Eruption, which they can block and just take the guard break. Plume, you're not combo starting with this. If you think there's some way in hell you're combo starting with this, you're insane. And then there's also Eruptive Surge, which, I mean, if you get really close, there's a chance you can combo start with this, but I'm pretty sure your opponent can just literally jump over this. So you're not combo starting with that. And then there's Hellhound, which is, if I'm being honest, you're like best combo starter because of the simple fact that you can block while doing it. Though nowadays there are more fruits that have abilities to block bypass in the air, compared to like when the fruit just came out, making it a lot more OP. So nowadays there are counters to it, but it is still one of the best combo starting options that the fruit has. So in terms of ranking the combo starts, I put Hellhound at 1, I put Major Eruption at 2, and I have Meteor Volcano at 3. I don't think Meteor Volcano is a lot worse than Major Eruption. I just think Major Eruption is slightly better. You know, it's not until I do a video like this that I realize how many fruits are really in this game. We have a lot of fruits, man. Because, like, this video is already over 20 minutes long, and I'm not even halfway done, which is insane. But anyways, on to Gravity. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 combo starting options. All right, you have Push, you have Launch, you have Shooting your Avalanche Rocks, and then you have Great Meteor, which Great Meteor is actually a valid combo starter. All right, so first off, you have Push, guard breaking Push, which if it guard breaks, you can launch them, which is really nice. You can shoot a rock at them, anything. You have tons of options with Gravity. It's like this fruit is the mix-up fruit of all the legendaries. You have Launch, which basically extremely hard to react to, but it is blockable, which is the slight downside of that move, but doesn't really hold it back that much in a real fight scenario. I'm gonna keep it like 100 with you. You have Avalanche, you have rocks that you can shoot. These guard break. If they guard break, they set you up to launch your opponent's Soru over and then push them down. You know, keep your combo going. another valid option. Then you have Great Meteor, which with its new initial stun, you stun them, go down, get some M1s, they get hit by the Great Meteor, you can get more M1s, and then after you land that final M1 string, then you can push or launch your opponent or shoot a rock at them if you so choose to. In my opinion, if I had to rank them, I'd say launch is your best combo starter. Like, actually, no. Shooting avalanche rocks is your best combo starter. Launch is your second best because you can pair that with shoot and catch your opponent off guard while they're trying to avoid the rock that's coming flying, barreling at them. I'd say push is your third best combo starter, and Great Meteor is your last best combo starter, just because of the simple fact that it's really high cooldown. If you mess it up, you're really screwing over your moveset because you need to land that in order to get your damage off. So I don't really recommend using it as a combo starter unless it's like a last resort scenario. But if you have to, you have to. It's not a bad combo starter, just don't recommend it. But anyways, that's it for my ranking on gravities. All right, next up we got my baby boy Quake. You got 4 combo. I wouldn't say 4. You got 3 combo starters. Yeah, you got 3. You have Fist, but the chance of you using that as a combo starter is slim to none. But like the fact that it guard breaks does give it a little bit of combo potential too, because of the simple fact they wouldn't get knocked back and you get more options that way. You have Slam, which this is probably going to be one of your main combo starters, which, I mean, Slam is a pretty decent combo starter, especially after the recent speed buffs that it got. And then probably easily your best combo starter, you have Seaquake. The frame one just, it stuns for a ridiculous amount of time, just like pretty big hitbox move, which, you know, summons Seaquakes that come around and then slam on your opponent. Pretty great move in my opinion, has a really nice hitbox, pretty short cooldown. But if I had to rank these in terms of combo starting, I'd say Seaquake is the best despite being the longest cooldown, because Seaquake is just like, when you're close enough, it's like literally unavoidable. I'm not gonna lie, you have to do something, like you have to use a move to stun trade it. I have Slam at 2 because Slam is still one of those skills that can be avoided by a good player who knows how to use their soul root to get off the ground and try to attack you, and it just kind of negates the move itself. And then Fist, no good player is letting you land Fist on them raw with like Quake. No good player, none of them. But yeah, that's my ranking for Quake's combo starters. All right, now we're on to Flame. All right, so Flame has, I'd say 3 combo starters. You can kind of count Inkai as the combo starters you want, but let's be serious. Who's finna sit here and let you charge this to the point where it can actually bypass your block? Nobody. So I don't count that as a real combo starter. So anyways, your real combo starters consist of Fire Fist, which is a guard break. This is your main combo starter. It's like the best one. You have Fire Gun, which is not a terrible combo starter, but ever since the wind up nerf, it's not really the best combo starter because of course Fire Gun is blockable. It's good for forcing your opponent to block or get out of the air with certain moves, so I'll give it that. It's not like impossible to combo start with it, I just don't recommend it. And then lastly, you have Pillar, which is in the same category as Absolute Zero that I explained earlier. If you're out of options, nothing else that you can do, your opponent's right next to you and they're about to start comboing you, you pop Pillar, you get iframes, they get caught inside the move, and you're perfectly dandy. And they stay stunned until that move is over, and you get a pretty decent amount of time to start comboing on them. A lot of people would ask, why not Beam for a combo starter? It's a guard break and everything. It's because Beam has some like crazy in lag. So by the time you get unstunned from like the duration of like the beam itself, your opponent is also unstunned. So it's back to like a 50-50 type of matchup. So my rankings are Fire Fist at 1, you have Pillar at 2 for me personally, and you have Fire Gun at 3. And then if you want to include Inkai as a combo starter, I guess it could be 4, but I don't really count it. All right, next up to the darkness know me. All right, so we have Black Hole, not a combo starter. We have Liberation, not a combo starter. It's also fully blockable if you didn't know. We have Black World, not a combo starter. We have Kurozu. Now this is a combo starter, but it is pretty decently easy to react to. That's the only thing that stops it from being like a great combo starter. There's Dark Call, which is a decent combo starter because you get iframes. If you get close enough to your opponent, there's not really much they can do about, like, you know, stopping you from doing said move, which makes it pretty decent. And then there's Dark End, which I don't really count as a combo starter because the move itself is fully blockable even when fully charged, which makes it garbage. I'm not gonna lie, garbage ultimate. But if I had to rank these two in terms of combo starting, I have Kurozu at 1 and then Dark Hall at 2. Combo starting with Dark isn't the easiest thing to do in the world, but when you do it, there is a pretty nasty loop combo you can do, but Dark's combo starters just aren't the best. And from Dark to Light we go. Alright, literally. Alright, so you have about 4 combo starters, consistent combo starters with Light V2. You have your Piercing Shine, which pretty easy to react to and block for like the average decent like good player, so you won't be using that to combo start much. You have Photon Storm, which isn't a bad combo starter if your opponent is dumb enough to try to unblock sword towards you. The second you let this go, it'll instantly hit them, stunning them. You have X Flash, which don't really recommend using this one to combo start, but it is possible to combo start with it like this, and then you can keep the combo going. There's Heavenly Descent, which is completely RNG based. Sometimes it sticks your opponent in the ground, allowing you to combo extend off of it. It does that pretty commonly, I won't lie, so you can combo extend off of it pretty often, but it's supposed to launch them in the air, which might get fixed in the future, making it not the best of a combo extender, or starter, my bad. And then there's Solar Grenade, which is actually, for an ultimate, a pretty good combo starter, because regardless of how they fling, most of the time you're able to land a Piercing Shine like I just did and then continue your combo. So in terms of combo starters for this fruit, I have Solar Grenade at the 1, I have Photon Storm at the 2, Piercing Shine at the 3, X Flash at the... Actually, Heavenly Descent over Hex Flash, even with the inconsistency, it's a better combo starter in my opinion, and then X Flash at the 5 for combo starting. Alright, and now from Light V2 on to Ash. You have 4 moves, 3 of these are combo starters. You have Thousand Crows, which is a decent combo starter if you already have Crow Cascade up, because it's really hard for them to actually see you launching a crow at them that looks different from the other crows that are already just flying at them, so they won't be able to see half the time, and it is really nice stun. You have Obelisk being your best combo starter. This is literally just better Ice Hail, has a higher vertical hitbox and everything. The only difference is it guard breaks rather than bypasses like Ice Hail does. Actually, I think Ice Hail got nerfed, so I don't know if it even still bypasses. So yeah, overall Obelisk is easily your best one. And then you have Crow Coffin. You know, you have to be really close to your opponent, but this is a bypassing skill, so I do give it its props for that. But in terms of combo starting in order, I have to go Obelisk being the best, Thousand Crows being second best, and Crow Coffin being the last best. And obviously you can't combo start with Crow Cascade. Alright, we finally finished the first row, bro. All these dang fruits. On to Flame V2. This one's pretty simple, considering I've been using it so much. I know this fruit like the back of my hand at this point. You have 4 combo starters. Every single skill besides Crimson Body can be used for combo starting. But you have Scorching Fist first off. This skill is blockable. If you have Crimson Body on, it does guard break, but it does also have the Grill Dough pull effect, making it really nice and really strong if you can catch your opponent off guard. You have Twisting Claw, which has this little hit scan hitbox that teleports you closer to your opponent and makes it easier to land the skill. It also has really nice amounts of stun, but if it does wallbang like it just did there, your opponent will get up quicker, hindering it as a combo starter a little bit depending on positioning. You have Blazing Meteor, which is a guard break in base without Crimson Body on, but if you do put Crimson Body on, not only does the move itself become faster, it becomes a bypass. And then you have Supernova, which doesn't change based off of Crimson Body besides damage, but it is one of those skills where your opponent has to block inside of it. But the only thing about them blocking inside of it, if you go around them, you can get them, like you can get it to go around their block, and then you can start your combo off of that skill. But while you're charging up Supernova, your opponent can fire a skill at you, stopping you from you know, getting the punish off. Like say you're charging a Supernova and your opponent's a doe, they fire Grill Dough and they launch you away, you most likely won't be able to get anything off of the Supernova, hindering it as a combo starter. So in order of combo starting, I have to give Twisting Claw the 1 spot, Scorching Fist the 2 spot, Blazing Meteor the 3 spot, and then Supernova the last spot. And ironically, we'll go to the fruit that well, I guess it's not the exact fruit that beat up Ace, but you know, Flame V2, Dark X Quake, both of their V2s, you know, convenient. Anyways, we have Dark X Quake. Turret, not a good combo extender, does not count as a combo extender. Antibody, not a combo or a starter. I keep saying extender, but if I ever say extender, just know I mean starter. Okay, so for your combo starters, you have Anti-Quake, Black Hole Path, Neokorozu, Quadra Seaquake. Quadra Seaquake does count technically here. It can be used to combo start. It's just really iffy. Not a really good combo starter, but it is possible to do it with. All right, so first off, you have Anti-Quake. Pretty decent move. If you don't have antibody on, this is fully blockable and it will get you punished for using it. But if you have antibody on, it does bypass at the end, making it pretty decent. Black Hole Path is a decent combo starter, but it's one of those absolute zero type of combo starters where you use it when your opponent is super close and about to start a combo on you, and you can use it as like a counter skill kind of. So it's a decent combo starter, but that's how you kind of use it. There's Neo Karozu, which is it has its hit scan. It just grabs them like this, and then you can just pull them in, and this move has insanely good stun and is really great for stun trades. It actually has really good range too, making it a pretty great combo starter. And then there's Quadra Seaquake, which, okay, doesn't stun or anything. The reason it can be used as a combo starter is because while you're chasing your opponent, if they manage to get caught by it, right, and they get hit by it, you can use Neo Karozu as they get dragged to the center, get the hit scan on them, and as they get launched away, you can choose to pull them back in towards you and then start a whole combo off of it. So it is a valid version to combo start with, but it's not the best. So if I had to rank them in order, I'd say Neo Karozu is the best for combo starting, Anti-Quake is second best, Black Hole Path is third best, and Quadra Seaquake is the worst. Alright, next up we got Light V1, from dark to light. Alright, anyways, we have Light Kick, Mirror Kick, Blinding Combo, Guzan, and Jewels of Light. All of these can be used as a combo starter. All of them. But there's a clear difference in which ones are better. You have Light Kick, easily your best combo starter. Very, very fast skill. Your opponent touches the ground, you fire it. If they block it, they get guard broken, opening up options for combo starting. If they just eat the skill itself, you can follow up with something like Mirror Kick. Or if your opponent wastes their Soryu, you can just use Mirror Kick like this. Appear on top of them, land this. It's a bypass, making it an extremely strong skill. Then next up you have Blinding Combo. This is a grab skill, so you have to be extremely close, and it doesn't come with iframes, so I don't really recommend using this one to combo start, but it is an option and it will allow you to combo extend off of it. You have Guzan, which has actually some pretty decent windup nowadays and is fully blockable, so don't really recommend it for combo starting. I more recommend it for combo extending, but it is possible to combo start punish with it. If your opponent say misses a skill or something like that, you can use it to punish. And then there's Jewels of Light. This skill can be used to combo start because of the simple fact that Jewels of Light, no matter, if you hold it for the entire duration, Light Kick will come back. You can follow it up with a Light Kick. But the only thing about Jewels of Light is there is always the chance that your opponent bounces out of it, which really holds back Jewels of Light as an ultimate. But I mean, it is there as an option. So if I had to rank them in order, I'd say Light Kick is obviously the best. Mirror Kick is second best. I'd say Jewels of Light is third best. Blinding Combo is the worst, and Guzan is the fourth best. All right, from light to ice. All right, here we go. Ice V1, not the best fruit. I'm gonna be honest. I can barely tell you what's a good combo starter on it because I don't use this fruit. But you can combo start with basically all of these skills besides Pheasant. The only reason you can't combo start with Pheasant is watch this knockback. You see how far he went? Yeah, you're not combo start extending off of that one. Also, why did that shove me in the ground? All right, so your combo starters, you have Partisan. You're going to need to charge at least 3 of these tridents because if you don't charge at least 3, it won't bypass their block. There's Geyser, but you have to be, again, extremely close. And I'm going to be honest, not the best stun trade, so it's not really worth it. You have Ice Age, which disgustingly huge hitbox, but if you're not close enough, you won't be able to combo extend off of it, which is a really big hindrance because it doesn't have that much stun. So it depends on how close you are. Then there's Ice Dragon, which isn't a bad skill. The only downside is that you need a wall to make sure your opponent gets frozen, because you see right there, it was supposed to freeze him, but it didn't freeze him, which really hinders it as a combo starter. So Ice V1's combo starters aren't good, but if I had to rank them in order, I'd say Ice Age is the best depending on positioning, Partisan second best, Ice Dragon's third best, and Geyser's fourth best, and then obviously you're not combo starting with Pheasant. Then we got our good reliable MC's fruit, the rubber no me. All right, so we're just gonna go straight into mode because obviously the moveset stays the exact same. You just get enhanced versions of the moves. You have Gatling, which bypasses block but doesn't have any stun at the end, so it can't be used for combo starting. Rocket doesn't do damage. Pistol isn't a terrible combo starter if your opponent can get caught by it, but at the same time you'd have to immediately follow up Pistol with Bazooka to get anything off of it. But again, that's not really a terrible option, and it's definitely valid if you want to try that. But if I had to rank them, I'd say like, because you can also use bazooka, and I'm pretty sure bazooka either guard breaks or bypasses. It definitely does one of the two. Let me test it real quick. Yeah, it bypasses just straight up, and bazooka has pretty good stuns. So if I had to rank them, I'd say bazooka is the best combo starter because it's way more accurate. You aim it yourself. It's not auto aim like pistol and has way more stun. And then there's pistol, which, you know, auto aim, but it is like blockable, but it does have an extremely short cooldown. So I'm not going to like completely invalidate it as a combo starter. It's definitely an option. So if I have to rank the rubber combo starters, we have bazooka, then we have pistol. That's it. All right, now we're on to the bomb no me. All right, I'm gonna be honest, all these skills besides leap can combo start, but I'm gonna be honest, you're not starting with howitzer. If you watch any of my videos where you can go watch the video where I 1v1 Lily. I can't show it to you guys right now because I'm both of the accounts in here and I can't control 2 accounts at once. But howitzer impact can simply be avoided by literally going in circles. Let me see if I can show you guys. Let me see. Like, look, I won't be able to hit him because he's literally moving in circles. I missed the entire ultimate. Really easy skill to avoid, but if it lands, it does have pretty decent stun. There's grenade blaster, which if you charge it, the longer you charge it, the more range it gets. So this should reach. Yeah, as you can see, the longer you charge it, the more range it gets. Grenade blaster actually has really nice stun. If you hit a grenade blaster, you actually have enough stun to like land a howitzer as long as they don't block it, which is pretty nice. And then there's also kick bomb, which if your opponent weighs Soru, it's not that hard to hit a kick bomb, but at the same time they can trade it and do other things like that. But they can get not the best combo starter. So if I had to rank them, I'd say grenade blasters 1, kick bombs 3, and howitzers the worst because you can simply literally move in circles and it will not land. So it's a terrible combo starter. Oh, we're getting closer and closer to the end. All right, from bomb to smoke. All right, so with smoke, I'd say you have 2 valid combo starters. You're not combo starting with Typhoon. Like, if you combo start on somebody with this, they are garbage. And if you combo start on somebody with Firework, they're also still just garbage. I'm not gonna lie. There's no reason somebody should be that close to you and not comboing on you instead when you're using smoke. But Whiteout bypasses, not a terrible combo starter, has pretty good range, but the stun isn't all that. And then you have a Whiteout, which actually has really good range. It guard breaks, and that second part bypasses, launching your opponent combo starting. That will be your main combo starter every time. If I have to rank smoke, Whiteout's the best, the White Blow's the second best, and you're not combo starting with the other 2. All right, from smoke to the best common in the game, this cancer fruit, we have freaking sand. You can combo start with any of these skills. It just kind of depends on your opponent that you're fighting. Desert Slicer is fully blockable, but when it lands, it does set up for some really nasty combos because of the simple fact that Spada exists, which you can catch your opponent as really good stun and you can Soru closer and start a combo off of it. Spada itself is also really strong because of the fact that if your opponent gets hit with even 1 tick of Spada, they're stuck there until the move itself explodes. They might not be able to get a combo start off of it, but it'll hold you in place and stop them from getting punished. Swamp is pretty good, has a really decent hitbox, and it does bypass block, making it really good. And currently right now, it doesn't even fling your opponent away, making it a really easy combo extender, which it's not supposed to be, but that'll probably get fixed for the next update. And then you have your ultimate Savul's Casado or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not really the best combo starter unless you're close, because it has like almost 0 to no stun. But if you sit there and pair it with Swamp, or you can do M1s into like while they're inside of the Savul's Pasado, and then you can do a Swamp, which works as a pretty good combo starter, or you can Desert Slicer them and other things like that. If I had to rank them in order, I'd say Spada is your best combo starter, Swamp is your second best combo starter, Desert Slicer is your third, and the ultimate is your fourth. The ultimate's definitely not bad, but I feel like for the cooldown that it has and for the low stun that it has, it's a little bit harder to work around like in most situations. But I do think like you can alternate between like either one of those being the third or fourth. From sand to chop. Yeah, I'm not doing chop. Anyways, the barrier. All right, so for barrier, you got, I'm gonna be honest, you have 3 combo starters. You're not combo starting with spikes. You're not combo starting with spikes. It's just not gonna happen. If you combo start with spikes, your opponent just doesn't know how to use their dash to get out of the way. You have barrier, which can be charged pretty big, give it a pretty good hitbox, and gives it a lot of range. This will really only be used to like trade your opponent on a skill in most situations. If you try to use it to combo start, they're gonna block it 9 times out of 10. You have bubble, which again, you try to use it to combo start, they're gonna block it 9 times out of 10 and you won't get anything off of it. You can use this to kind of stall for cooldowns, I guess, which makes it pretty decent, but again, not a great combo starter. And then you have Crash. Crash is easily your best combo starter because Crash breaks them for the initial part, and then the second part actually lands regardless of if they block or not, making it a disgustingly great combo starter, and is Barrier's easily main combo starter. So if I had to rank these in order, I'd say Crash is the best skill for combo starting, Barrier is the second best, and then Bubble is the third best. But if you wanted to put Bubble above Barrier because it gives you time to get your Crash back, I wouldn't be against that. All right, from Barrier to String. All right, so String Knight is not a combo starter, right? But String Knight, when paired with your other moves, like the clone itself, when paired with your other moves in terms of pressure, is a different story. Like Fulbright plus like a String Knight directly beneath your opponent can actually be used as a somewhat valid combo starter, because your opponent will start getting M1 by the clone, opening up your options to start a combo. But base Raw by itself, Overheat Whip, easily your best combo starter. It's basically frame 1. It's really disgusting, has a really nice hitbox. It is blockable to a certain extent, but if your opponent doesn't get around you in time and they're still present in front of you, if they get hit by the actual whip, it'll still bypass their block doing the damage. So it's still a great combo starter, has a really nice vertical hitbox. Like, you can be really high above your opponent to a certain extent and it would still grab them. And then there's 16 bullets, which isn't really a combo starter because, like, even if you do Fulbright, I'm pretty sure they can block it sometimes, so it doesn't really make it a great combo starter. So overall, Overheat Whip is your best combo starter, and Fulbright plus a String Knight is your second best combo starter. All right, the furries are gonna love this one. We're on Leopard. The base and the mode are pretty much the same, so I'm just gonna go straight into the mode because I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like covering the base. All right, let me go ahead and transform. All right, so for Leopard, all of your moves are a combo extender except like starter besides Rokugan, and even Rokugan can technically be used as a combo starter depending on positioning in an arena. After Image, bypass, really good movement, really good stun, great combo starter, but if it does wall bang, it does remove your opponent's stun, putting you in a mid spot. There's Spiral Kick, which if you can aim it right, really great combo starter, can grab the opponent and is really nice. There's Claw Barrage, really hard to react to skill, great combo starter if you're in good positioning and your opponent doesn't have great reaction time. Pretty decent skill, one of the main combo starters used for Leopard. There's Rising Claw combo, which can be combo extended off of using After Image or Claw Barrage, depending on how good you are. As you can see right there, I landed the After Image, even though he didn't come up with me. Or you can use Claw Barrage to catch them after a Rising Claw combo. And then there's Rokugan, which, depending on if there's a wall behind you or not, you can throw a Spiral Kick afterwards, which can be used to combo start, but it's iffy because then they can also escape it with moves. So if I had to rank the combo starters for Leopard, I'd say Claw Barrage at number 1, Spiral Kick at number 2. I'd say Rising Claw combo at 3. After Image at 3 also. I tie them for because they both have their own unique uses depending on what you're fighting. Sometimes it's better to use After Image and save the Rising Claw to continue the combo later, but Rising Claw also has its uses because of the fact that it's an iframe combo starter, so it gives you a lot more leeway. And then lastly, we have Rokugan, which is completely situational to be used as a combo starter because, first off, if your opponent isn't using a move, they're just going to soar out of the way. And second off, if there's no wall behind them, you're probably not going to end up combo extending off of it. And now from Leopard to Magnet. All right, Magnet, every move besides your ultimate is a combo starter. All right, you have Metal Arms Repel, not regular Repel, Metal Arms Repel, great combo starter, blocks them in place. If they're blocking it, you can come over and Cyclone them while they're in it regardless. So it's one of those combo starters that works even with your opponent having good reaction time and good block. Cyclone just has a really dumb hitbox, like a really dumb hitbox that grabs him all the way over here, making it a really great combo starter. And if your opponent wastes their Soru and then you throw a Punk Prison, has a really good full hitbox, and if you do it directly on top of them, it can bypass block, making it a really nice combo starter in its own way, depending on how close you are. Because sometimes you'll be able to get something off of it, sometimes you won't be able to get something off of it. But if I had to rank them in order, Metal Arms Repel is the best combo starter, Punk Prison is the second best combo starter, and Cyclone is the third best combo starter. The only reason I have Punk Prison above Cyclone is because of range, obviously. We're getting close to that final stretch. We got 5 more fruits left, guys. So on to lightning. All right, for lightning, you got I'd say 4 combo starters. Lightning Palm, obvious combo starter. Teleport to your opponent, kick them, stun them. You can keep your combo going. There's Crashing Thunder. This is one of the moves that's actually useful with orbs. You charge the orbs, it makes the move significantly faster and harder to avoid with a way bigger hitbox in terms of the explosion, making Crashing Thunder a pretty decent combo starter. There's Projected Burst. It's only a good combo starter if you have 3 to 4 orbs. 3 orbs being the dragon bypassing your opponent's block, and then 4 orbs being the 4-volt projected burst bypassing your block at the very end, being pretty good. Then there's Crushing Judgment. Crushing Judgment is very situational as a combo starter, but it's one of the more annoying combo starters when you get lucky. It's an RNG combo starter because when you do Crushing Judgment, you're usually sniping your opponent, and if you get this thing called Blessed Fling or Good Fling, they come straight to you. You get a lightning palm off of it, and then you continue your combo. But if you don't get that type of fling, which you usually don't, if I'm being honest, it's not the best for combo starting. So if I had to put them in order, I'd say like a 3-volt or 4-volt projected burst is the best for combo starting. A charged up Crashing Thunder is probably second best for combo starting, but I could also see Lightning Palm being a pretty decent combo starter if it wasn't for the like crazy windup. So I have to put Lightning Palm and Crushing Judgment. I'll tie them. Crushing Judgment is bad for its inconsistencies, but Lightning Palm is also bad for how much windup it has and how easy it is to react to. But yeah, my 1 is Projected Burst, the 3 is Crashing, and then the 3 is tied between Crushing and Lightning Palm. Oh, and for the people who are going to go in the comments and be like, yeah, Rocco's also a combo extender, they're going to run Mach 20 feet away from you, and you're probably not getting the combo extension. I gotta stop saying a combo extender instead of starter, bro. But anyways, on to gas. Okay, this should be fixed in the next update when gas gets its buff because of the fact that gas got a little over nerfed in the last update. But technically all of your skills work for combo starting on gas, but if I'm being realistic, Relaxing Gas, easily the best skill. Crazy hitbox, stuns the opponent, bypasses block, really great skill. You have Blue Sword, bypasses block, but you have to be extremely close to land it. You have Suffocation, which in itself isn't a bad skill, but it is fully blockable, so that does hold it back as a combo starter. And then there's Combustive Gas, which isn't a bad skill. It's on like the same category as those skills like Fire Fist, like the first skill of Magma and stuff like that. It's a guard break, has a pretty decent hitbox. Not the best for combo starting, but it is somewhat viable for attempting it. If I have to rank these skills in order, I'd say Relaxing Gas is obviously the best, Combustive Gas is second best, then Blue Sword, and then lastly Suffocation. We are now down to the final 3. We have Falcon. Falcon, all of these skills can combo start, but Wing, like, okay, so let's go over them. We have Wing Slicer. Has the pull effect of stuff like Grilled Dough, which once they get hit by it, obviously there's nothing else they can do. It also guard breaks, making it a pretty decent combo starter. There's Flying Talon, which if you hit it from the side, no chance in anything that you're combo starting off of that, which obviously, because, they're going to get launched. But if you do hit it from above, they won't fling as far, giving it really good combo start potential, but there is a high chance that they'll trade it. There's Wing Cyclone, which, kind of similar, obviously similar to Fuji Azami from Phoenix. If they can technically block the whole thing, but there's not a high chance that they do so. Pretty decent combo starter. And then there's a Falcon Punch, which is your best your best combo starter, hands down. This is a bypass, like it pulls them in, really hard to avoid, a really great skill. It even has a hitbox past the pull hitbox, so you can just use it raw even if you don't hit the pull itself, and sometimes it'll still hit, allowing you to combo start with it depending on like if you can get close enough to land a Wing Slicer. But if I had to rank these in order, I have Falcon Punch at 1, I have Wing Slicer at 2, tied with Wing Cyclone, and then Flying Talon last. And now we're on to my friend Dough. Oh, one of the longest reigning mythics in this game. Consistently one of the good fruits in the game. You have, I'd say, 3 combo starters. You have Grilled Dough, you have Lotus Dough, and you have an enemy. Grilled Dough, great combo starter, one of the OGs of the Grilled Dough pool, the little pool that pulls them in, stopping them from doing anything. It's also a guard break, an extremely fast skill. You're most likely not going to avoid this 9 times out of 10 once it's thrown at you. You have to be basically in the air to avoid the skill 9 times out of 10. And if it lands, it does usually lead to getting followed up by a Lotus. Lotus is blockable, which is one of the things holding it back as a combo starter. So, but it can be used for trades and stuff, which, you know, gives it some potential. And if your opponent is locked out and just brainlessly pushing you, sometimes they'll forget to press their F button in time for a Lotus Dough, which gives it really good potential. And then lastly, there's Anemone. Anemone is a pretty good combo starter in the way that when you're holding this skill, it gives you enough time to usually get Grilled Dough back. You fire it, and 9 times out of 10, they'll end up getting caught by this Grilled Dough and then put into the blender combo that is Dough. So if I had to rank these in order, I'd say obviously Grilled Dough is your best combo starter. It is the combo starter. Then I'd say Anemone is your second best because it sets up for Grilled Dough in most situations. And then lastly, I'd have to say Lotus because, you know, Lotus is very, very iffy in its chance of combo starting, but it can be done. And lastly for the video, we're on to Love. Alright, this fruit can combo start with all of these skills besides Heartthrob. You have Cupid's Arrow, blockable and reactable, but it is a pretty fast skill, so it does work as a combo starter, has pretty good stun. You have Bouquet of Pain, which is one of those like Fire Fist, the first skill of Magma type of skills. Once your opponent wastes their Soru, you fire it at them, and you know, you can catch them off guard with it. It does block break, giving you pretty good combo start potential. You have Heartstrings, the auto tracking, the first tick block breaks and the second tick bypasses. Really strong skill, but it can be canceled. And then you have Blossom Wind, your ultimate, which bypasses, but in order for it to be like this crazy, you have to be extremely close if you want to pick them up in the initial bypass. But you can still just launch the tornado in itself and it be a guard break onto like the person you aim it at, making it still a really great combo starter. So in terms of ranking these, I'd have to say Heartstrings is probably the best combo starter, Blossom Wind is the second best, and then I tie Cupid's Arrow and Bouquet of Pain for their own individual uses. They're both really good at combo starting. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be honest, this was supposed to be a whole guide video, but I switched it up into turning it into a just, you know, show like picking the best combo starters for each fruit video because it got extremely long. I don't even know how long this video is. I just know it's over 50 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped the people who were wondering what the best combo starters were for each of their fruits. If somebody disagrees with me, and I know there will be somebody who disagrees with me, go in the comments and tell me what you think I ranked wrong in terms of combo starters for some of these fruits, and you know, tell me why you think so. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you guys, and tell me what the next part of the series you want me to do, whether that be stun trading, Soru control, or knowing what to block, and I'll do that next. But anyways, yeah, that's it for the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.